Okay, welcome to the channel, and today what I'm attempting to do for the first time, I might add, is do a live stream recording of me illustrating the head of Kim Burgess from Chicago PD and Stop Waffling. So first of all, I'm going to I'm going to pull in the image to work with the source image and stick it on a layer in Illustrator at the back. So that's the first job. There we go. Just zoom out a bit so I can get this properly framed. I don't suppose I need all of the police gear in, so I might keep it quite large actually. Resize slightly, something like that. Yeah, and then I'm going to just actually what I'm going to do is going to crop it. So you go to Object, Crop Image. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to just reduce this. So I've not got all that extraneous stuff around the edge distracting me. I'm just working on that area in the middle. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Perfect-ish. Why is that not lined up properly? Oh, that's stretching it. Does it matter? Not really. There we go. Okay, so that's on its own layer. And I'm going to do the usual trick of reducing the opacity slightly. If I can just find the... I can't find the properties. Oh, here it is, staring me right in the face. Just going to bring that down to about there. And I'm going to lock it and stick a layer on the top of that, which we'll use to do the line art. So let's get a brush selected. Actually, I'm going to just go with a brand new brush, I think. So, new brush, calligraphic. I'll set that to 3. Make sure this is pressure, and that's 3. And then that should give us the ability to, yeah, draw some good lines. So now I'm going to zoom in and try and get some decent lines down here. Okay, I'm going to go in quite far at this stage. So let's see. Let's do that one again. She's got quite a frown on this picture, but she does that quite a lot, doesn't she? If you watch the show. I have, love it. A bit more line down here. Just going to tidy this area up a bit here, reduce the size of the brush. Yeah. Scratchy, scratchy. Okay, so we've kind of got our eyes. Just trying to get the frown marks in. I'll have to come back to them a bit. Right, let's get this nose. Important to get the nose right. The eyes and the nose, possibly the mouth. The eyes and the nose, for me, seem to be the most critical bits. They can make or break a face. Actually, I will include the mouth, because you've got to get that right. Okay. I'll just expand that slightly down there. Okay. Just put a little bit more shadow there. A little bit there. That line there. Okay, the mouth. I think that's looking alright. Yeah. You don't really know until you put the eyeballs in. She's got quite light brown eyes, I have to remember that. Just fill these for a second. Oops. This one. Yeah, that's not bad. Right. Let's see if we can get this mouth done. It's gonna be tricky because there's no real clear lines, are there, especially in the top lip. No, that's not quite right. We'll go with that. Just going to repair that bit. It just went slightly off. That's it. Just colour this in. Okay, the teeth. I'm not sure how this is going to look. Time will tell. Just spending a bit of time on these, just trying to get them as good as I can. Let's have a look. It's not bad. That frown captured that quite well, I think. Okay, I'm going to put some underlines on, under the lips. A bit of a line on the top here as well. Okay, let's continue with the edge of the face. She's got quite a long face. Stick that in there. Actually, I'm going to delete some of this. And again, I'm not quite sure at the moment how far to go with that line. Maybe up to there, because we're going to be putting hair on top anyway. Okay. Let's colour in the face. So I'm going to put a layer underneath the line art layer, just lock that temporarily. I'm actually going to pick a colour from the original and go with that. Flick back to the pencil tool for this job. Ah, I got it wrong way around. Let's try that one more time. This time with feeling. I'm drawing on the wrong layer, that doesn't help. Okay, we're there. I'm going to be bold, try and do it all in one go. I can't see where I'm drawing because my hand's in the way. There we go. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to try putting the original above everything else, which sounds a bit crazy. Just allows me to see where the highlights are. Okay, I'm going to bring it back down. So now let's put in the whites of the eyes and the brown eyes as well. So I'm going to go with almost white, not completely white, because I want to be able to have some ultra white highlights as well. It's a bit like turning your amp up to 10. You want somewhere to go if you need to beyond 10, or in that case 11. I want to just be able to have an extra highlight. Okay, and they need some brown now then for the pupils. This layer is going to have to go on top of the black line art layer. So how, let's go quite light brown. Let's try about there. I'm tempted to cheat here and actually use a circle. I wouldn't normally do that. But I'm going to do it today. I'll stick another one over here and I'll deal with that in a minute. I'm just going to go back to this. I need to just somehow adjust that top bit. Just bring it down a little bit. I think that'll do, because I'm going to go over with some. Oops, I'm going to go over with some black anyway. Same with this one. That'll do. Yeah. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put these actually inside the black line art path. I feel like that makes sense. And then I'm going to have relock the line art. I'm going to have a sort of another line art layer on top of that. Seems a bit fiddly, but also at the same time it seems like the best way to achieve what I need to achieve here. Got the black again. Oops, slightly off there. Yeah. Otherwise it's just going to look a bit strange. Whoops. Let's try from this angle. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to just try and see if I can improve the bottom a bit. That's it. I'm just looking at my source image again, which is displayed in the top right for you guys, and I'm going to see if I can do this one freehand. It's just worth spending a bit of time on the eyes, as I said. Get them right. too bad. I'm going to get a bit of grey. While we're here, we seem to be focusing on the eyes, which is fine. Get a bit of grey, do a tiny bit of shadow. Excuse me, properties. There we go. Put a little bit under here as well. It's pretty good. So now we just put a highlight on. So I'm going to use the ultra white. I'm going to put it on here, and it's kind of here. How does that look? Yeah. Not bad. I think they're a bit straight though, aren't they? So I'm going to try that again. I might go with a little ellipse. I think that's better. Yeah. Right, let's do some work on these eyebrows. So I'm going to actually use a darker brown for these. A very dark brown, darker, just like, whoa, no, that's not what I'm going to do. What? There we go. And just fill them in first. Might have to be darker than that. Yeah. Let's bring it down a bit. Do, 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 do. Just get that bit there. Yeah, it's not bad. So it's time now to go back to the main colour layer. I'll just deselect these and start adding a bit of shaded detail to the contours of the face. So I'm selecting a slightly darker shade, that's about right. You can see the difference there between the bottom panel, which is the sort of the existing skin colour, and then what I'm about to start using above it, which is good to be able to sort of compare them like that. So let's go, I'm going to put a little bit, just a little bit under here. And start a bit on the face now, let's see. Don't worry about that. The hair's going to cover a lot of that. What's quite handy about this photo, she's got her hair right over her ears. And whilst hair is quite tricky to do for me, ears are probably even more hard to get right. So I'm happy that they're being obscured. There we go. And then I'm going to put a little bit more shading under these big lips. The nose always looks wrong until you put some under nose shading on, I find. So let's do that now. Let's have a look. Not bad. Just going to bring that cheek in a little bit more. And there's definitely a bit there. I don't want to do too much. I think that is too much. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. And let's work on the lips. So I'll just switch that off a second and grab a colour, again from the original. And let's do filling in there. Fill them in one colour to begin with. I've given myself a very thin line at the top here, so that's a bit hard to work up to. Could always zoom in a bit further if I was worried, I suppose. That's good. Let's get that edge a bit better. And this bit. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to add a bit of shading now to the lips. So I want a shade that's just ever so slightly. That'll do, slightly darker. And I'm going to just put a bit, see what this looks like. Yeah. And underneath. Not bad. Forgot to do the teeth. Org. Yeah, let's do the teeth. Again, I'm not going to, I know she's American and they all have really good teeth over there, don't they? But I'm going to just save the extreme white again in case I need it. I've got somewhere to go. Still pretty good as far as teeth go. Okay, I've missed a little bit of lip that's bothering me up here. That's better. Okay, next I'm going to put a little bit of highlight on the face. I've done the shadows. Let's try that. Whoops, I keep making that mistake, don't I? Selecting a colour when I've got the face layer selected. Okay, so this time let's get this right. That'll do. So these cheeks are very bright. That's where the light falls. I think I need to tone that down. Too extreme. I don't like that. It's not light enough. Ah, that's better, I think. Yes. Okay. I'm just going to cover some big areas here. Forehead, what to do? Maybe just like that. Okay, let's work on some hair. So I'm actually going to lock the face layer, and I'm going to put the hair layer on top of the face because I want to be able to draw, on top. So I'm going to go back to the black brush. First of all, I'm going to just label these so I don't get too confused because I've got a few layers going on now. I've got layer, let's call this main colour. Original line art. What was that? Was that the eyes? Yeah, let's just call that pupils then. Pupils. Okay, so back to the line art, as I said. Okay. Yeah, let's. I don't know what to do, whether to use a line art or whether to just fill it all brown. Let's go with the line art, it'll fit with the rest of the drawing. So I've gone off-road a bit here. Oops. I'm just going to put some lines down just to show the direction of travel for these hairs. Now I'm going to have to come back. Actually, it's hard to know. I'm going to leave that like that for now. We'll be coming back there. All gets a bit kind of entwined down here. I must admit, I'm going to spend more time on the face than the hair. I want to do a good job of the hair, but the face is the bit I wanted to get right, because that's the recognisable bit. Okay, let's go with that for now. Just switch off that bottom layer. It makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. So let's get the neck drawn in. So unlock this layer. Okay, and then let's get on to the hair, finally. So I'm going to take the brown from the eyebrows, start filling it in. Better zoom back in to get a bit more accuracy on this. Now you have to remember that the hair layer is on top of the face layer here, so anything I do like that will go over the face that we've done, so I need to be careful. But that was deliberate, because on the other side of the face we need to be able to draw on top of the face and obscure it a bit. But on this side I need to beware and take care. Not like that. That wasn't taking care, was it? Alright. Bit of a faux pas there, but I don't think it's a deal breaker. I could go back and fix it. Maybe later if I can be bothered. Just carry on doing this side before we start working on the other side. Just get this done. Whoops. Okay. I'm not even going to finish that sentence. I don't know what I was going to say. It came and went, like so many things do. No. So I think I'm going to have to put a little bit more skin on there, but I've sort of missed a bit. That's fine, I'll go back and do that in a minute. Just trying to get these areas. Quite like those ends just left untidy like that, so I might even just leave it. Looks quite cool. Sort of mixed in with the line art. Yeah, quite like that effect. I'm not going to leave some massive blobs though. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to use a finer brush in a bit, probably with the same brown, just to try and introduce a few extra hairs and strands. But I'm going to zoom out and just check it, have a look at it, see whether that's still appropriate. Because it's a bit of a pop art style, this, so I don't want to get bogged down in too much detail. Alright, let's just repair that skin problem. Now I'm underneath the hair, so I can draw like that. There we go. I'm actually gonna go in a bit like that. Yeah. And just do a little bit in there as well. And while we're here, let's get a bit of shading under the chin. No portrait shot would be complete without that. Actually, what's happened here? This has gone off track. I'm going to pull it all in. Sometimes it's easier to fix this sort of thing by just doing that and then putting a new bit on top than trying to carefully correct each bit. That's probably okay. Yeah, not bad. Okay, back to the line art, because I want to fill in this gap here, because it looks a bit weird, and that's not how it is on the original either. So I'm just going to shade that in black. I was a bit careless with some of that. And take it a bit lower actually. I'm actually going to just, yeah, give her a bit of a body, and I'm going to put this underneath the other layers actually, even under there. I'm going to call it body. We're not going to do any detail on the body, it's just going to be black. There we go. And underneath that, I guess what we should really have is a background. And I don't think I want white. Let's pick a sort of a yellow, a bit like on the original. Let's pick something from the original. Quite like that yellow actually. Select the rectangle tool. Zoom out a wee bit. And oh look, I've not gone quite down to the bottom, I'll have to fix that. Might as well make it the size of the image. Why not? So go back to the body layer, put a bit more of this on. Oh, not that colour. Okay, I can just select it and change it that way, it's probably quicker. Okay. So I think the last thing I need to do, maybe put a bit more highlighting on the face and something on the hair. So let's start with the hair. Back to the hair layer. Right, which is locked. Not anymore. I'm going to pick this up and just, actually I might use the eyebrow. How does that look? Let's see. So what I'm not going to do is loads of detail. I'm literally going to put some big kind of swathes in. Highlights, if you will. Like literal hair highlights. Often use the term highlights when we're drawing. Don't always mean hair highlights. On this occasion I do. And I'm just freestyling here. Keep in with the pop art look. just to help give an indication of the sort of the flow. Yeah. A little bit up here. I'm going to put some dark in there near the roots. I mean, I could use the brush tool for this. That would be another option. But I'm kind of liking the blocks of colour that this is creating. I think as long as you select your end point carefully, rather than just going like that, sort of ending it with a circle or something daft. Oh, that's pretty good. Quite like that. Just gonna try and get these yellow bits. So I'm going to go to brush now and just add some thinner bits. I'm not going to overdo it because I still want some dark brown there. Mainly around the edges. Same on this side. Okay. Sun's coming out. Not seen that for a few months. How dare it interfere with my art? I'm going to put some black in here as well. If I can see what I'm doing, it is very bright all of a sudden here. I was not expecting that. I wonder if I dare put a few of them. I'm not going to do that. I don't think it looks right. Do some on the ends, but do a few some broader strokes here. That one's okay. I can live with a few like that. And then getting a bit closer, just get a few. Not that one. I'm going to colour that in a darker brown in a second as well. Again, some broader strokes, just to really help with the direction. Right, where's my dark brown? I'm going to pick one of these and make it a little darker, and then I'm going to increase the brush size and just oh, my black was actually not on the line art layer, which was a kind of a foolish thing, but never mind. I'll just try and go in between them a bit. Not the end of the world. I think that's not looking bad now. That's not looking too bad, is it? Let's get some final highlights on the face, and I think we can wrap this up. So, brush. Too white. Too dark. I'm tempted to leave this, but let's have one more go. Yeah, that's better. Ah, that wasn't very good. Swap them round and try again. I'm actually going to tone these two down because they're too bright. I'm going to pick up that tone instead. Back to what I was trying to do. No, wrong illustrator. Wrong me. I'm going to put some highlights on these lips. And then some white. And do this other brush. Admittedly, this isn't on the original that I'm doing. I'm just adding this a bit of gloss, a bit of pop art gloss. But I can get these eyes. Oops. A bit more. Putting a bit of that on there. Right. And there we have it. Kim Burgess. Finished. Not bad. Not bad. Thanks for joining me on this, for watching. And please come back, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And come back and see future recordings. Yeah. Bye for now.